Go download my free legato course right now and learn to play fast in the fastest way possible. So, how do you develop the ability to not only play in between the rhythm you do, but actually play a whole chord progression that has a specific rhythm to it and a specific structure, right? How do you do that without forgetting where you are? And we use the same principle for this. You make it so simple that it's easy. Can you play a blues progression, right? We go like, let me play it very rapidly so we just hear the timing of it. 12-bar blues progression, right? A, and then back to the E, or the tonic, then go to the dominant, then the subdominant, and then the tonic. Right? You know the drill? Right? And then back to it, and then... Right? And then back to it. You must practice that first, right? We can't practice two things at once. We can't. We have to go. Focus is what that is. You can only focus on one thing at a time. That's why it's called focus. That's the whole definition of focus. You can't focus on two things at one time because then it's not focus, right? So you need to focus on first playing the blues chords. Once you have those down, then how do you add the lines and be sure not to play the E or the A or the B too long or too short? You know, how do you do that? Well, you keep focusing on the blues chord progression. So you go... And secondly, so you focus more on that. You focus 90% of your energy and focus on the chords and not so much on what you play. And then the second principle is to play something that follows the chords around. We do that anyway, always when we play solos. It just becomes so complex when we improvise that you can't really hear it anymore. But you play the basic structure of the blues. So you play the same thing on the E every single time, repetitively. You play the same thing on the A repetitively. And then for the B and the A and the E again. Right? In that way, you combine playing the blues chord progression with the lines you play, but it's so focused on the chord progression that we take a foothold in that and really learn how to not lose track of it. And this is not like, once you get to the right point, you won't use a single shred of energy or focus on the chord progression. It's just inside of you. That's where we want to get to. So this becomes so easy, it isn't there, right? How do we get that? By doing this. So first of all, focus on the chord progression, get that right. Second of all, introduce one line. Let's keep it so simple that everyone can follow, and you should be able to follow it easily. So I go, let me just go. So I just play one time of da, ba, da, da. And then I slide my finger from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret like we did yesterday. I might change the rhythm of what I play. Let me just design something for the A. Yeah, I'm hitting I go. So I'm playing the 3rd fret, stopping the note at the top, preparing to pick it. That's how I stop it. And then I hit the 2nd fret, the Dorian note you could call it, 2nd fret B string. It's also in the A. Alright, so that... Alright, so I go... And I should say I'm fretting the A just by putting my 1st finger across the D, G, and B string. And then I hit the 7th of that chord in the 3rd fret on the high E string. So I go... And then back to E again, right? So now I have the 2, and then I can go back and forth. So I play... I'm just playing fast. You shouldn't, if that's too much of a challenge. But I'm just so we save time here, right? So... You hear something very simple, blues in the background here. Go way back. This is how it sounded, almost that simple. No, so I'm returning now to the E for the second time, which means it's not played that long. So I go only twice, right? 1, 2, and then I go to the B. I play the B here, the B dominant 7, by putting my second finger in the second fret on the A string, first finger in the first fret on the D string, third finger on the G string in the second fret. Then I have an open B string, and I have my fourth finger in the second fret on the high E string. This is a bit of if you haven't done this before, you might want to just do the bar chord, an A7 structure, A dominant 7 structure in the second fret, like that. The first finger here. Doesn't really matter. But, so we get to this. Let's assign something for that. Let's just play so I go 11. I'm sliding from the second fret on the G string, 2 frets up to the 4th fret on the G string. Then I hit the 3rd fret on the B string. That says, alright, 2nd fret to 4th fret on the G string, hit the 3rd fret B string, go right back to the 2nd fret on the G string, and play the open string after that, G string. So I go. That's the loop. Or right, so you can practice that loop for itself if that's a challenge for you, and then put it into the chord progression afterwards. So I go from the top again here. Oh. Just playing the open B string as well. And right? That's all we have on the B. Oh, yeah, on the B chord there. Then we go to A. That was what I was playing on the A, because now A comes just once. And then E. Same lick. Right. And then we got the B again. Right? So now let me play the whole very fast, so we save time again, so you don't have to listen for all the, because there's a limit to how exciting it is to hit that one tone note played so many times. So So let's just see, now we have something that works, and where I can tell you that, play the E thing 4 times. Then play the A thing 4 times. No, 2 times, sorry. The E thing 4 times. Then the A thing 2 times. Then the E thing 2 times. Then the B thing 1 time. The A thing 1 time. And then the E 1 time. And then the B. Right? So if we can write that down, you might want to just stop the video, go back, write that down. Right? So 4 times E. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Right? So there you have it. And that's that sounds like a kid playing blues guitar. That's too simple, Claus. Well, if it's too simple, then just amp up the challenge. You got that one note. Just assign a couple of little variations to it, and you got your next level. So. But if you have the framework, if you got that simple framework, now you're a professional. right? If you can play that over and over again with the simplest of licks, like right? Now you're a professional. That's what distinguishes the amateur from the pro, is that you got your freaking tools under control now. So you start at the professional level. That's what you practice. And then you wait with complicating everything. Because 99.9% of all aspiring guitar masters are in a constant state of confusion because we're not working from the bottom up. And so we're constantly pushing. We're trying to lift a weight and it's impossible. So we stagnate all the time. What we need to do is take 10 steps back, start here, develop the complexity, and within a few weeks, you're playing like you never thought you would play. This is a central principle of development. That if you push to, and you're taking on something that's too hard, well, you can totally do that. You can learn to play Still Got the Blues with no prior experience on this instrument. The solo, Gary Moore, right? You can learn to play that solo from the first note. You just chop it up in little bits and pieces and learn to go, and do this. That's one part. And you play that 1,000 times. You can make everything easy if you chop it up. I'm not talking about the overall challenge. What you're aiming for here is it's a pretty big challenge. But we're chopping it up in levels so you can progress. And then the guys who push and push and push, they might be able to play some pretty impressive stuff. But the rest just sounds like amateurs, right? If you do this, it's like the hare, the tortoise, or the hare and the turtle, right? The turtle is just progressing, and the hare's just trying to make all kinds of tricks, just running around like an idiot, right? Trying to get there faster, and the turtle just progresses. I'm not so fond of that analogy because it kind of says, okay, just take it easy, practice 30 minutes a day with your practice routine, and you will get there eventually in 300 years. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying here that you want to start a place where you can really learn, and then your progress will be incredible, right? So enough shouting and ranting about this. The reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I did all the wrong things. And then it hurt me, and it hurts other people. So that's where it comes from. But so that's what you do. Play this 4 times, and then you develop the licks gradually. And then pretty soon, you'll be able to not play the chords even, and then just play the solo. But you still hear the chords inside of you. That's being a freaking pro compared to the endless, constant, never-ending, trying to push for results at a too high level, and then not getting there. Right? So I hope I sold this to you. Even though it sounds simple, I promise you in 2 weeks, you'll be playing something that sounds a lot more complex. So go check out a new program. I hope you're sold on this. Go for it yourself. If you can't afford the program right now or don't want me to help you do this in the most effective, most productive way, and give you 35 licks that just fits these cool chords here, and give you a process of practicing that's detailed and coach you all the way until you just look back and say, okay, these 4 weeks is amazing because I really got some skills here and I can't turn back. It's like riding a bicycle. You never forget it, and you can only develop even further from there. But if you're not into that right now, then just don't lose this chance to take a few steps back and really focus on being a pro when you solo and develop this ability in this simple way. So, hope to see you soon. Go check out the program. And if you don't, I'll just see you in another free video on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Have fun practicing. A pleasure that you would listen to me for this long. See you. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.